Hey everybody, welcome back to Gallivanting Kendall. I'm Kendall Clement. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all my subscribers, old and new. I truly appreciate your support of my channel. Today's fire video is all about giving you real world clarity on how much money you actually need to retire in the Philippines and how you can get there faster than you ever thought possible. If you stick around till the end, I'm going to tell you with a one mindset shift that changed everything for me. And it might just change everything for you too. Hit like and subscribe, and let's ride. In most of the Western world, the traditional fire path takes decades. You cut expenses, invest the rest, and hope compound interest works its magic before your knees give out. But for us Gallivanters, the folks who are done waiting for someday, the Philippines offers a shortcut. Why? Because cost is the biggest variable in the fire formula, and lowering your cost of living without sacrificing quality of life fast tracks everything. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. Your FIRE number is the amount of money you need invested, usually in index funds or other income producing assets, to live comfortably without relying on a paycheck. It's different for everyone, but it's a lot more achievable when you're not tied to U.S. living expenses. What's your ideal monthly budget? This is your baseline. In the U.S., many people aim to cover $3,000 to $5,000 a month in expenses once they stop working. In the Philippines, you can live a decent lifestyle for around $1,200 to $800 a month. Some do it for less, sure, but I recommend budgeting no less than $1,000 a month if you want breathing room, and I've lived here 3 years now and tested out many different budgets. That means you're not scraping by. You've got enough for a clean apartment, condo, townhome, or even a house, good food, transportation, and the freedom to slow down. So let's say your target is $1,500 a month. $1,500 times 12 months, that's $18,000 a year. 18,000 times 25, the 4% rule, equals $450,000. That's your FI number. The 4% rule comes from a well-known retirement study that says if you withdraw 4% of your investment portfolio each year, your money should last at least 30 years, even without inflation. But here's where things get interesting. Geo-arbitrage, a core fire principle, means relocating to a lower-cost country to dramatically reduce your expenses while keeping your income the same. When you do that, your FI number drops, in some cases by half or more. You don't need $1 million portfolio to retire here. Here's the real magic, what some of us call bridging the gap. Let's say you're not at $450,000 yet. Maybe you're at $180,000 or $250,000. You're wondering, can I still do this? This is where bridging the gap comes in. You don't have to wait until you're fully retired. You could move overseas, cut your cost of living in half, and work part-time online. Just enough to bridge the gap and keep saving. Let's say you move to the Philippines and you're living on $1,500 a month. Let's break that down. You're living on $1,500 a month. Multiply that times 12 months equals $18,000 for the year. Multiply that times 4 years, that equals $72,000 that you need if you had no other income before Social Security kicks in. Now, let's say you find remote work that brings in $800 a month, maybe freelance writing or virtual assistant, online customer service, or anything else that fits your skills and schedule. And by the way, let me save you some time. Teaching English online, it usually only pays about $5 to $6 an hour in most cases. It's just not worth it, so forget it. Look at something else. There are a bunch of simple ways to earn part-time, or even full-time if you want, even if you've never worked online before. Some people move here and decide they actually want more than $1,500 a month. They want resort-style condos, more travel, or more financial cushions, and that's totally doable too. What can you do to earn money online? You've got more options than ever, and no, you don't need to be a computer genius to get started. Here are some of the most beginner-friendly ways to earn part-time or full-time online if that's what you want. Freelance writing, editing, or proofreading, virtual assistant work, online customer service, social media moderation, selling digital products or printables, starting a niche blog or YouTube channel, voiceover gigs, my fellow actors, do you hear me out there? Remote sales or appointment settings. If you've never checked it out, Fiverr.com is one of the most popular freelance websites in the world. It's where people offer just about every kind of online service that you can imagine. Writing, graphic design, voiceovers, virtual assistant work, even video editing. A lot of bloggers and YouTubers actually send their videos to Fiverr to get them edited. So if you know your way around Final Cut Pro, CapCut, or other editing tools, you might be able to offer your own services right there on the platform. Same goes for Canva. If you've gotten good at creating graphics, thumbnails, logos, or social media posts, there are people out there who'd happily pay you to design things they don't know how to make themselves. Even if you don't post a gig, just browsing the listings can give you ideas, inspiration, or even spark a whole new direction for your next chapter. How long do you have? Let's break down the timeline. Say you're 58. Your Social Security starts at 62. That's 4 years. You want to live on $1,500 a month, so you need $18,000 a year. That's $72,000 total to bridge that 4-year gap. But wait, you're earning $800 a month online. That's $9,600 a year, which covers more than half your costs. Suddenly your savings only need to cover $8,400 a year. That's $33,600 over 4 years. And that, my friends, is why moving abroad and working part-time can dramatically accelerate your path to FIRE. So what can you give up? What can you give up and what can you gain? This part is deeply personal. You don't need to suffer. You just need to decide what matters. Let's look at a few common trade-offs. Big city condo versus small town apartment. Car ownership versus scooter or public transport. Western restaurants versus local eateries, imported groceries versus open-air market produce. Air conditioning, important here in the Philippines. Air conditioning 24/7 versus using fans more often. But here's the kicker. These aren't sacrifices, they're choices. You're buying something far more valuable than stuff. You're buying freedom. You don't need to grind 40 hours a week to live well. You don't need a 7-figure nest egg to stop living paycheck to paycheck. You just need to change where and how you live. I chose to live in Naga City, Cebu, and I'm thriving. Not because I gave something up, but because I aligned my life with what I really want. Yes, inflation exists here too, but at a different pace than in the West. If you're flexible, you can adjust and still live well. What about health care? There are solid options. PhilHealth is affordable, but I'll be honest, it sucks. It doesn't cover much, but if that's your last resort, something is better than nothing. Go ahead and get PhilHealth. Pacific Cross offers plans at several different price points, from very affordable to quite comprehensive. When you get here or before you come, reach out to a man by the name of Michael Onstad on Facebook. He's an American insurance broker who's lived here in the Philippines for over 7 years now, and he can help you find the right Pacific Cross plan for your needs. Self-pay is manageable for smaller issues. A visit to a primary care doctor costs around 600 pesos or just over $10 US. If you're a senior like me, it's only 500 pesos or just over $8. Emergency funds are important. Always have at least 6 months of expenses saved. It's also smart to have a get home fund in case of family emergencies or if plans change. This isn't fear. It's just part of being a smart expat. Now, here's the one mindset shift that I had. You've been told your whole life that retirement is about age. 65 is when it starts. But that's not true anymore. That might have worked from the 1960s to the early 2000s, but this is a global economy now. Retirement is not an age, it's a number. If you hit that number or get close enough to supplement, you can start the life you want. That number gets smaller when you move abroad to a country where your dollar stretches further, cut unnecessary expenses that don't bring you joy, earn part-time in a way that feels purposeful, not painful, simplify your needs and focus on what really matters. You can start planning now. You can start downsizing now. You can start believing it's possible now, because it is, and I'm proof. Now don't forget, next Monday, I'll re-release my $1,000 a month Philippines budget video, this time with a new intro and outro that connect the dots between that budget and your FIRE lifestyle. And every Thursday, it's FIRE Thursdays. If you feel you got value out of this video, hit like and subscribe. And as always, take care of each other and give somebody a great day.